Hi there, welcome to my channel Maths SL. I'm speaking Thought Latif. This is question number 6. The graph of f of x is equal to p of x plus q and the g of x is equal to mx plus c are drawn below. The coordinates of A is 3 and 4 is the point of intersection of f and g. B, the coordinates of B is 0 and -3 is the y-intercept of f. E is the x-intercept of g. First question says, calculate the values of P and Q. Now must remember f of x is equal to
p power x
plus Q. This is an exponential function. And now have a look here. The point is A, 3 and 4. And the point B, x is 0, y value -3. So these 2 points are on exponential function. Have a look here. And now this is an exponential function. We need to find the value of P and Q. So first I'm going to substitute the coordinates of B and then I will find the Q. And after that I will substitute the coordinates of A, then I will find the P. So the B is a -3 and 0. We substitute here. So x is 0, y value is -3. So the -3 is equal to
p power naught
plus Q. P power not gonna be a 1 plus Q, because remember according to the exponents P power not is equal to 1, -3. Now we need to solve for Q now. So the Q, +1, when I switch over to this side become -1. Therefore the Q is gonna be equal to -4. Now we need to find the P. I'm going to substitute A. The point A is 3 and 4 into this equation. So the equation we have now, f of x is equal to P, we don't know, P of x. Q we don't, Q value we got -4. Now x and y. So the 4 place of x gonna be P power 3 minus 4. Now we need to find the P power 3 -4. When I switch over this side become +4. So the 4 +4 is gonna be 8. So the 8 is equal to P power 3. Now we need to substitute the P. So I'm gonna take this question this side now. P power 3 is equal to 8. Now this one I can write also as 2 power, I can write 8, I can write 2 power 3. So the P power 3 is equal to 2 power 3. So the powers are same, exponents are same, so that's why the bases they are equal to each other. Therefore the P is going to be equal to 2. Therefore the P we got 2 and the Q we have is equal to -4. That's what this is the first question solution. 6.2 says write down the range of f. So this is the f. Must remember this is the Q now, -4. This is the asymptote. So the graph reach the asymptote but never touch, cannot touch. Now so the range is above the asymptote. So the Q is -4. So the y value is -4 here. So your range is greater than the -4. All the value is greater than -4. Greater than y value is greater than -4, because you cannot come below the y is equal to -4. Otherwise the graph will touch the asymptote, then that is wrong. So the y value greater than -4, that is the range of the graph. Now if you don't remember this way, let me show you first this one. So therefore the range gonna be a y greater than -4. If you want to write in interval notation, you say y o. Y is a real number between -4 and positive infinity. This is interval notation, this is set notation. So the -4 is not included because -4 is an asymptote. Now, if you can't, this is the final answer. Or must remember always that if is a q, this is a positive exponential graph. So the y, if you need to find the range of the positive exponential graph, then y is greater than q. If it's a negative exponential graph, then we're going to say y less than q. But now this is a positive, so we say y greater than q. That's your range. Otherwise, you can visualize the graph, you can see the graph, and you can give the answer because asymptote is y is equal to -4, q is equal to -4. So the range of the graph above greater than the y is greater than -4. That's my final answer. 6.3. The graph of G inverse, the inverse of G also passes through B. Determine the equation of G in the form y is equal to. This is a quite interesting question. He said the graph of G inverse also passes through B. So the G inverse, this is the graph of G. As you can see, G inverse he said passes through B. So which means the coordinates of G inverse is x is 0, y value is -3. So now must remember, if G inverse passes through B, which is the coordinates of B is 0 and -3, then G passes through the points -3 and 0 by swapping the coordinates for the inverse. So so obviously we're going to swap the coordinates. So the x is B is x0 and -3, and then which means the E, this is the x-intercept for the G, that's going to be -3 and 0 because we swap the coordinates for the inverse function. We swap the coordinates. Coordinates of B we have 0 and -3. So inverse, when we're gonna find the inverse of B is gonna be, because this is a G inverse. This is the coordinates of G inverse. So the G coordinates gonna be a -3 and 0 because G is inverse of this graph. Now that is your point E, right? So now we got 2 point A, which we got already 3 and 4, and the E we're gonna have -3 and 0. So this is E, -3 and 0, and A we got 3 and 4. Now we need to find the equation of G, y is equal to mx plus c. So we're gonna use the gradient formula. First we need to find the gradient. Easy work now. y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. So I say 4 minus 0 over 3, -3, negative from the formula. I use the calculator. Answer is 2 over 3. Now y is equal to mx plus c. That is our equation. So the y, m value is 2 over 3 x plus c. We need to find the c. So we're going to substitute a or e, one of these coordinates, into this equation to find the c. So we use the e, -3 and 0, into this equation, x and y. So it's going to be a 0 is equal to 2 over 3, and place of x is -3 plus c. This is cancelled, only left -2. When I switch over, this will become +2. So the C is +2. So therefore, y is equal to x value will go to m will go 2 over 3x. So therefore, y is equal to 2 over 3x plus 2. You see, I have to substitute. So therefore, y is equal to 2 over 3x plus 2. This c I substitute back into the c is equal to 2. I substitute into the c is equal to 2. I put back place of c. So this is my final answer. 6.4. Write down the equation of G inverse in the form y is equal to so on, which means y is equal to mx plus c. This is the last question. Write down the equation of G inverse. So this is G we have now. We need to find the G inverse, equation of G inverse. So how we gonna do that? So first we need to swap around x and y. So the is going to be x is equal to 2 over 3 y plus 2. Now we need to isolate the y. So this become x -2 is equal to 2 over 3 y. Now we need to isolate the y. So x -2 and this 2 over 3, when I switch over to this, will become a 3 over 2. So it's become 3 over 2. That's gonna be a y now. Now this 3 over 2 multiply x become 3 over 2x. Now I 3 over 2 multiply with the -2, it become -3 is equal to y. And now I can switch around. Therefore y is equal to 3 over 2x -3. So this is our equation of G inverse. This is my final answer. Please like and subscribe my channel. If you have any question, comment below. I will assist you. Have a nice day. I'll show you in my next video financial math question, which is a question number 7.